Thank you to the EA Creator Network for making this video possible. Hello everyone, and welcome to part 3, the final part of the Pirate Town long play series I'm doing on the channel. I'll make sure to link the other two above if you're interested. Today we are going to be finishing up the interior decorating, so if that sounds like something you're interested in watching, then make sure you grab yourself a drink, a snack, a blanket, get comfy, and let's get into it. Alright, so the next side we're going to tackle is this one, which is the last side. I think we're going to start from the bottom here and then work our way up, and then maybe go to the bottom again and work our way up. But I want to start on this bottom floor here because in this room we're going to be doing a blacksmith's room. I'm very excited for this. One of you left this comment. If I can remember, I'll try to put it on the screen. But one of you left a comment that I should do like a blacksmith shop, and I thought that was very clever. And I was trying to find some sort of like anvil item because we don't necessarily have one, but we do have these like dock post things from various packs in Debug. This one is from Growing Together, and then I just sized it up and I thought it could kind of pass as an anvil situation for, you know, the blacksmith to forge the swords, which I also found in Debug. I don't know if these aren't really pack specific. These are just Debug swords that we have. And then this is a base game set of swords. These two I believe are from Get Famous. Yeah, we have this one and this one, which is this one here. And I was thinking we could also maybe put some of the canyons in here. And just so it's actually did I say canyons? I meant to say cannons. And then just so there's an actual skill item, we can put in the woodworking table as well. And then behind here, I'm thinking we can have an archway where they have kind of like a side business slash their living quarters where they make nectar, which basically gets shipped over here, and that's kind of how the business keeps running. So I was trying to base this off of like the layout I've done here, off of the blacksmith shop in Pirates of the Caribbean, like where Will Turner is in the first movie. And there's kind of this little pen where like the donkey kind of spins around to like it turns something. I don't know the mechanics behind it, but I kind of wanted to have that same sort of feel. So I'm taking these hay rugs, which are from Horse Ranch, and I'm just kind of dotting them around because I like the look of that. Because in the one in Pirates of the Caribbean, there's kind of all this hay around. And then I was thinking we can use this fireplace from Jungle Adventure as kind of like the hearth where you would, you know, put the sword in and kind of heat it up. So I'm almost wondering if I could put this debug one here, and then I'm wondering if I can rotate it with the tool mod to kind of actually have it look like it's resting on the fireplace. Oh, I can rotate it. Okay, let's try like -10 maybe, and then we can elevate it by like just a touch, maybe 0.03. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. And now it looks like if this was on that they're kind of heating up the blade so that they can mold it. So I think that's perfect. And then maybe for similar idea, we will try to put the sword on top of the anvil as well. The sword actually comes with 3 swatches, so we can do another swatch here. Or maybe I'll keep the brown there and switch this one to the gray, just so on the anvil we have more contrast. Maybe we could even shrink it down so they're like working on a dagger up here or something. I do need some kind of hammer though. I am realizing that now. We have this debug one. Maybe I size it up and rest it on my makeshift anvil here. I wonder if we have a set of gloves or anything as well. I thought we had some kind of like gardening gloves. It's in like a cluster of items, I'm pretty sure. But maybe we could cover up some of the things that don't look like blacksmith stuff. Yeah, these ones here. These are from Island Living. Maybe we will just put this up on this side as well. Okay, if I do it like that, it's kind of floating, so I'm gonna need to bring that down. Okay, we'll do it like that. I think they look like they're resting enough. I guess not really that tool there because I don't know, for some reason that's like floating a bit more, so maybe I'll put the hammer underneath it. Okay, I think that looks super cute. I always have so much fun trying to come up with like creative ways to use items for a purpose they're not intended for, if that makes sense. I just think it's fun to try and work with what's in the game and get creative. And the tool mod really helps with that. I don't like that these swords are pointing in the same direction, so I'm gonna fix that. I was debating having this one off to the side as like a mini anvil, but I think we're probably okay without it. Maybe all the swords they've been forging could be like on the wall over here. Just kind of on display. Oh, these ones come with multiple color variants, so we can maybe stack some of those. Let me put those ones off to the side. I want it to not look too repetitive, so I'm trying to find a balance here. Oh, I guess again, if we don't want it to be too repetitive, we can size some down as like the dagger options. Okay, and then maybe this one goes on this side here. And these ones can go, or maybe these ones can be off on this wall. It's kind of like the fancier stuff you could get maybe. Oh, we could even put like these kinds of knives. Maybe they make kitchen knives as well. But maybe if we size them up, they could pass as some kind of like sword or something. Oh, you know what else we could use? There is the machete item from Jungle Adventure. So we can put that somewhere too. Maybe that's just like laying in front of the fireplace. I wonder if there's anything else that I need to put in here. This is just a one tile or one click height difference, so your Sims can still walk without the ladders. So I don't think I need to put anything like that. Maybe I could put some benches just as like a little bit of seating, but I want them to be more wooden. There's this one from Cottage Living, but I wonder if that's too cutesy. Maybe I will sort by comfort and look in the miscellaneous section, because sometimes there's some better stuff there. Oh wait, there's also this metal, or not metal, this stone seat. This is a metal one. I feel like maybe having like a block of stone or something could be nice. I almost feel like I need like a pile of metal or something that they melt down and turn into their swords. Maybe I'll put a little seat here. Ooh, I'll do it with the rusted bucket from the Restoration Workshop kit, because this is like an actual seat, so that's fun. Maybe I'll bring some of the hay to the upper portion here. I just need more things to put here. Oh, you know what? There is the knights that we could put in here, and maybe this is some of like the armor that they're working on. I'm just gonna type in metal and see what comes up, because maybe we can find some random bits and stuff. Oh, I feel like they'd probably have like pots or buckets of water, because I guess you kind of like dip this sword into it when you're done, right? I feel like that's a thing. Okay, not as much came up as I was expecting. I do kind of like these just iron giant industrial beams. So maybe I could use that to frame out some of this stuff here, so it looks slightly more intentional. Do the same thing on this side. I know we also have like a debug bucket that might look a little nicer than this. Like this pot that I'm using from Horse Ranch, so maybe I'll look for that. Let me take a bucket. Yeah, like one of these. One of them actually looks like they have water in it. Yeah, this one. So maybe I'll size that one up. I can leave this one maybe off in the corner. I'm also going to look at wall items and see if there's anything kind of fun in there that we could put. There is also this shop sign. Maybe we can use this to indicate that it's a blacksmith in here. I'll put it on this side. Oh, there's all of this like old costume jewelry, or like this listed as a royal artifact, but maybe we could, I don't know, it looks kind of fun. I kind of like this board here. Oh, I didn't realize it had so many swatches. That's fun. Maybe this could be like their to-do list sort of thing, or like their order board. Or maybe we could even use the one from, what's it called? Get Together. Goodness. The names of packs always come so slowly to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe we could have this little sign. I don't know, I'm just kind of pulling out anything that I think might work. I like this metal grate. I think it's meant to be like a window guard, but why not add it in? Oh, there's also all of these. I wonder if we could find a horseshoe one. Though I'm not sure that's something it comes with, but maybe I'll put a couple of these on the wall, like things that they make. I'm quickly gonna filter by Horse Ranch and see what comes up, because I really feel like there should be a horseshoe. There's this one, but there's a person in there, but maybe we could just put them anyways and pretend that they're, you know, meant for actual horses. I'll do various sizes. I'm just kind of finding like anything metal, and I was just gonna add it, so maybe it could look like shop stuff, but maybe it would help look more like a shop if I put some shelves underneath each of them, so it kind of looks like they're propping on top of the shelf, if you know what I mean. So let me take a look at that. Do like this little shelf. This is from Horse Ranch. I'm gonna move that over here to this thing, so this is like their order station. And then to display the stuff that they're selling, maybe we could use these shelves. Ooh, or maybe even these ones. Let's try this one, I think. There's also all of this stuff from the Restoration Workshop kit, but I don't know. The shape of it looks too modern, I think. Okay, let me try this as a display shelf. And then we can try to make it look like these are propped on it. Okay, you're really just gonna have to use your imagination with this. We're gonna pretend these are actual horseshoes and not some kind of like badge. So I'm trying to put various sizes because I don't know. I would assume horses have different sized hooves, but perhaps not as small as these ones that I'm making up here, but just want to put like a little of extra variety. So I guess I could just do extra or other colors, but we'll keep that. There's also these plates here. Maybe instead of the small ones up top, we could do these kind of like displays or awards almost to show like the options. Is there anything else? There's these utensils. Maybe I'll do the same shelf situation over here. Just looking for anything else that's kind of like metal. There's this drain pipe. We'll put some of these ones as well. It's more display things. Oh, maybe we could put the bicycle wheel too. This one actually looks like it's hanging already, but maybe they can make wagon wheels and stuff. I also like this tool rack. I just don't know where to put it. I'll just put it to the wall there. Maybe this is something they can make as well. We could have some keys. Okay, I think that's probably good for like all the stuff they could make. There's not too much else I could put in this area because the only functional thing in here is this and the fireplace, but I think that's really cute for a little blacksmith's workshop, given what we have in the game to, you know, actually make this work. But I like the little anvil thing I came up with. I think that was a little bit clever of me. For this back portion here, I want to use like one of these sheets from Werewolves as kind of like the door, I guess. This is going to be their living space slash where they make the nectar, so I almost feel like I pulled out all these items here, but I almost want to section it off even more. There's going to be a lot of different places for Sims to live, so you can really just take your pick with this. I feel like you might want to get one of those mods that lets you have more than 8 Sims in your family at a time if you want to play on this lot. I don't know what mods do that though. I think maybe MC Command Center, but I could be wrong. Maybe we'll put the sheet here instead of there, because this is like the more public area, I guess. I like the swatch that I have there. I also like these barrels. I'll do this just for a little bit of contrast. There's also all of this storage here. These look like shipments that are ready to go out. I also found this item from Horse Ranch as well, which is like an old nectar press. But this is the one that your Sims actually use to make the nectar, so I'm gonna keep that in there. Maybe I'll put it this way so that if I put stuff on this wall, it doesn't take up too much space. And then I'll put a couple of the storage racks so your Sim can actually store stuff here and let it age. I don't know why I had two of those. Do it like this. I don't think there's anything else you need for this skill aside from these two things, but I would maybe like to find some more decorations for this area. So I'm gonna search by Horse Ranch just in case there's any kind of like nectar related items that I'm missing. Oh, I also wanted to put this little workers hutch shelf thing somewhere, so I'll put that over here, I think. Because I like the apron and the shovel on that. Maybe on this side we can put this. Even that actually maybe feels a bit too western. I think this... oh, this is not the same one that I was using. So, like, these are two different barrels, so I'll add that in. There's this little sign. Maybe we could use this out in the blacksmith area so they know there's like a second business, so we could kind of just put it there. I might even size it down, and then you know to kind of go through to get to that one. There's also this barrel, but this is way more modern than I would like. Oh, I could use some more of like this mop item. Oh, there's these barrels too. See, there's a whole bunch of items I was gonna miss if I didn't filter by pack. It's really just a whole bunch of barrels back here. Well, maybe I could put some of these, like, milk jugs. Oh, there's also these hay items, which I might add. Even though there's no actual donkey in here, but it's alluding to that. But I don't think I'd even have the space to fit, like, a horse in here, so... I could put a goat. Should there just be, like, a little goat in here? Wait, I kind of really want to do that. I'm gonna get them... I'm getting this one. And then we could pretend that the spots are like patches of soot from like the coal and stuff. All right, I think that's kind of it for this section. I don't really see what else I could add. Maybe a rug though, actually. That's probably something I could add. I might even bring back some more of the hay. Take off Horse Ranch, and oh, maybe I could also put like a giant water sploosh underneath. Maybe it looks like the nectar has been spilled a couple times. And maybe they have tried to cover it up with some sort of rug. So I guess the rug would kind of just absorb all of the spillage, but I don't know. I feel like this room just needs something else, so I'm going to add the rug anyways. I think the one from Laundry Day will be good. Yeah, I like how that fills up the space. And then now we can do the little back portion here. I think I'll probably just keep it as a single bed. Mainly because I just want to use this bed. I haven't used it yet. And there's no double bed version of it. So I think we'll do that. I guess I kind of need a bathroom for here as well. I might just copy and paste this one. Maybe on this side. It's very small, but it'll do. I'm just going to rotate things a little bit so it doesn't look exactly the same. And I'll switch out the wallpaper and flooring. Maybe the bed needs to go on this side. You can put the door there, and then the kitchen and stuff can be over there. I think Horse Ranch again will be our best bet. Instead of using a stove, I might even use like the grill instead. I think that would kind of make it look more... I don't actually know the word I'm looking for, but I just think I like the look of this better than a generic stove, that is. But I guess I do still kind of need like a fridge situation. And if I'm going to add a fridge, I might as well add a stove so that you could cook with. So you could cook with the fridge. Sorry, my brain, so slow. Brain is moving so slow. Okay. I like the thought of that grill, but we'll go with just the normal stove. And then I need the sink. I think we'll use... I think this one from Laundry Day. Okay, so that's a fully functional kitchen. I don't know if I'll put a couch. I don't imagine this sim would be doing much lounging, so we can just put a dining table instead. Maybe with... I don't know which table. Oh, maybe just the base game one here. And I might use the werewolves chairs. Like this. And this, and then we'll put a little bedside table here. Maybe this Jungle Adventure one. I like that it has some built-in clutter already. And then we can put some candles on top of it. Or maybe instead of candles, we actually do a lantern. Like this one, or the Jungle Adventure one I really like. I really like the texture on this one, so we can do that. I might do lanterns and candles instead of the overhead light. Although I guess this room has no windows. Maybe I should put a small one back here. Just so it's not completely dark in here. If I put it there, it's going to clip with the stairs, so... Well, it's mainly just clipping with the railing. That's not really something I could fix. But maybe it's better they have some windows than no windows, so... I do want to vary the type of lanterns they use, though, so that it doesn't get too repetitive. So maybe on this one, maybe we'll use the oil lamp here. It's also quite a bright item. And then we will bring in the knife block. I feel like it would make sense to have a wine rack, but that one looks too modern. Oh, all these pots and pans would look really cute. Oh, this is the chalkboard that I was talking about earlier, which I think I'll do instead because it looks more like they've been scribbling on it. Maybe this fruit basket would be nice to bring in some color. I definitely think we need a lot more plants in here because it's looking pretty drab. I think I'll use these love struck ones. And then we can even put one on this counter because this one should be functional for cooking. Oh, or even this barrel one kind of looks like it would suit this sim. It kind of looks like maybe they made the planter themselves, which is cute. I'll use these dried flowers from Horse Ranch for on the counter here. Maybe we bring in like that teapot set again from Businesses and Hobbies to make it look like... Oh, actually, maybe we'll use it on the dining table to make it look like the Sim's actively been here. I think some more lone candles would be nice, just to brighten the place up a bit more. Also kind of want to bring in soap. I want to use the bar soap from the bathroom clutter kit. That's cute. And then I think I'm just gonna eyedropper the teapot and stuff. Or maybe so you have like a full skill item, I put the actual set, like the tray here, and then your Sims can actually use it to make their drinks. Maybe I'll do the gray swatch. Cute. I don't think it needs to be placed somewhere specifically for your Sims to use it, so I think it's probably okay there. I'm gonna add that little pouring jug as well. We definitely need some kind of art on this wall though, because it is looking very sparse, or even just some like wall marks. But even that I don't think is enough, so let's find some sort of art. Or if we can't find art, some kind of like wall item. It's just a random like bike wheel, so I'm gonna put that in the kind of construction area. The smithing area? Is that what you call it? What, I don't know what the name of this would be. The blacksmith shop. Oh, maybe, I was gonna say maybe we could use some of these, but I was trying not to use anything photographic. I need like paintings. Oh, maybe this is one, maybe this is like the Sims mom or something, or like their wife or something. And the picture got burned when it was in this shop, so they moved it over here or something. That could be cute. I'm gonna use the tool mod to rotate it a little bit. Like just like 5, and then it won't look as perfect. Maybe we could also just have some drawings too. Maybe they're into art in their free time. Though I don't imagine they have much free time. This is probably like a side passion. Okay, I think it looks really cute in here. It just needs a rug, and then I think I'll probably say this area is complete. The question is, what rug? Maybe I go with something a bit more patterned just to kind of bring some interest into here, because it is very, it's a lot of just wood happening and like natural texture. So maybe we bring in a little bit of color with this rug here. I think that's good for their apartment. This came out a little bit cuter than I expected. I'm not really sure what I had envisioned when I came into this apartment, but I think this exceeds whatever expectations I did have. So that's always a nice feeling. I think that's so cute. I also really like the lore of like having these pictures there. So that's fun and gives you like a little sense of a storyline. Alright, so this is the next exterior that I want to work on. It's going to be the apartment for the mermaid, hence the little fishies out here, and it's on the top floor of where we were just working. So the inside is a odd shape and fairly small, so I think we'll just leave it open concept. I tucked the bathroom off to the side here. This is fully functional. I did test it. And then any objects that I was thinking of putting in here, I've kind of put off to the side. And then I was thinking that we should have a whole bunch of like floor markings, like ones for like puddles and stuff, because she is a mermaid, so I imagine she's just always in the ocean and just always comes back to her apartment and makes like a mess because her hair is like dripping and all of that. And then I was also thinking that we could take the sawdust that I used in the kitchen and use it as like sand for in the mermaid room, because she's coming and going from the beach a lot, so maybe she's just dragged up a lot of sand. So I thought that would be so cute, and we can make some kind of like trail coming from the door to kind of show that she's like trekking it in. Maybe I might size one up, honestly. Maybe I could kind of have it go in between the door and the like entrance. Like that. Okay, I think that's super cute. And then we have like the water splashes. I'm using these ones from Strangerville right now. Might even size this one up. But I think that's very cute, and hopefully will add to the storytelling. I guess I could also get rid of the fish poster now. But to start, I guess let's find a bed. I'm pretty sure I know the bed I want to use already. I think I want to use the one from Island Living because, I mean, it's the most, I guess, tropical looking, which makes sense because it's from the tropical pack. And I really like all like the drapes on it. That feels very pretty. Or I was thinking maybe the growing together one, because there's a lot of fun patterns, but this feels a little too modern to me. I mean, this headboard feels too modern to me as well, but there's only so much I can pick and choose. I don't think I want any of like these beds. I wouldn't mind like this single tile one because this also has the really pretty drapes, but I think I want to keep it a double bed. So let's go with this one, unless... Wait, I had a thought. What if we tried the one from high school years that's got this headboard? That might work even better, actually. I don't know if the duvet cover feels a bit too modern is the only issue. But I do really like that headboard. I'm gonna stick with the Island Living one. And then I was thinking we could probably just tuck it off into the corner here. We can put a little table there. something that looks kind of reclaimed or like found. I want everything in here to feel very like kind of collected over time, I guess. I'm kind of leaning into the mermaid trope that Ariel is, where she just like collects everything that the humans drop into the ocean. So I kind of want it to feel like that. So I'm gonna try and have like a mix of items in here. And then I also really want a divider to help kind of break up this room because it is so open. Maybe I feel like one of the base game ones will be nice. This one's kind of got seashell-ish looking things. This one comes in blue and white, which is pretty perfect. I'm kind of between these two, but I think maybe the pop of color will be nice, so we'll go with that. And maybe I'll put it by the door as kind of like the separator. I could even put it against the window like this. But I don't know if that blocks the window too much. We'll leave it like that and we can always, you know, adjust it as we go on. I think maybe I want to put another water sploosh coming out of the bathroom. I did maybe want to use this dresser as well, but I do wonder if maybe it looks a bit too modern, I guess. It's just like this split wood feels very fancy, I guess. I don't really know if modern's even the word I've been looking for, but I also, in terms of skill items, wanted to put in like the candle making station and the pottery studio. The pottery stuff is not functional off the grid, but the candle making stuff is. So if I have to pick one, it'll probably be the candle making one, even though I'd really prefer for it to be the pottery. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I'm going for a very beachy color scheme in here because she is a mermaid. So trying to remind her of home, even though she can, I don't know, take like a 5-minute walk and get to home. So I guess for fridges, we have to stick with the classic. Maybe I could put this in, oh, I could use the blue swatch. Yeah, maybe we could do that, though it is like kind of dark. And for sinks, I think for sinks we'll use this one. And we'll put it on the end, I think. And then we need a stove as well. Gonna filter by off the grid once again, just to be sure I'm using the right stuff. Oh, I didn't realize this stove was off the grid. This is from Realm of Magic and it is so gorgeous. Honestly, I kind of want to use it. If this is like an occult apartment, I think it would be fine. And I mean, it's so pretty, but I don't know if maybe it looks too fancy for this room. But you know what? I'm just going to keep it. I really like it. So we'll go with that. Also pick this color for the sink, perhaps. Now I feel like the counter needs to be blue. Or maybe I'll just change this to white. Okay, I think I kind of need to break up the sink and the stove like this. That's a little bit better. And then I also want a living room, so I'm gonna try and find some sofas. Maybe this one from high school years. Or I haven't used this one yet still, and it is quite pretty, so maybe that one. That one looks too sleek for what I'm going for. I like the framing of this, but I don't necessarily like the cushions for this build because it feels too new, which is not really the look I'm going for. Maybe I will try this one. Or I was thinking maybe the Basement Treasures one because I like how messy it looks, but it's kind of large, maybe too large. Maybe I'll do like a combo of these two. This one is from laundry day. And maybe I could just make some kind of seating area with this. I need to think of if I am going to have this stuff where it's going to go. Also, I was trying to find a way to cover up the kiln because it looks way too modern, but all of my attempts were not really working because like your Sims just couldn't use it. So that's another issue with this pottery studio. But I could just put all our hobbies along the back there. And then maybe we could have the dining room goes, or not the dining room, the living room goes on a diagonal. Then maybe we could put the dining room right here. It's like very oddly shaped here. Maybe I should section something off and maybe we have like her maker studio back here and then we can put the fridge along the wall the way we had it. Let me just kind of test this out. I would need a door. Probably just use a single tile one because I don't want to take up too much space. I feel like that would work. And then if we put the kitchen along here, maybe I could even make this a corner cabinet. Okay, yeah, I actually think that's a lot better. I thought having it open concept would give us more room, but I think in the end it's better that it's smaller like this. Kind of a weird layout to have like the dining room centered by the bathroom door, but I'm not sure we have many other options, so unless I just kind of put it directly in the middle, but that seems very impractical. It might end up just being like a one sofa sort of situation. Also wonder about maybe having another divider. I think this is another base game one. It's quite pretty actually. I never really use dividers because I kind of always forget that I can. But whenever I see them, I always think they're so pretty. Whoa, I didn't know we had this. I feel like this would have been perfect to use over some of the beds in this area over here. I wonder if I size it down. That does look quite pretty, but I don't think... Actually, I mean, it could kind of work. It's not quite the right shape because I think it's meant to be like a pergola. But in theory, it is kind of cute. I should definitely keep that in mind for something in the future. I didn't really know we had that. We could try this divider. This is another island living one. I think if I do it like this, it's not functional, so... That's probably the best we can do. Okay. And then I do still want a dining table of some sorts. This one would be cute to use, but I've already used it, so we'll have to find something else. I'm kind of wondering about like a high sitting table. We could do kind of like this sea green color from Life and Death. Maybe mixed with these chairs from Paranormal. Or isn't there like actually a seashell chair somewhere? Oh, it might be a living chair. Yeah, this one from City Living. I had a big phase with this chair when I first got this pack. I was obsessed with it. I would use it all the time, and I might maybe just... I'll use it somewhere. I can't use it as the dining table chairs because it's like a living chair, so it doesn't slot, but I will keep it in mind for something else. Actually, maybe I'll use these cats and dogs ones. Oh wait, you know which ones I wanted to use? These ones from Island Living. Let me try to make these work. And then we can put a rug underneath as well. Maybe the one from Laundry Day. That's this shape. That could be pretty. I'm trying to make it quite colorful in here because I feel like it would be, especially if she's using a lot of found objects. The living room does feel kind of awkward to me though, but I don't really know how to fix that because I don't really have the space for another like sitting spot. I kind of want to try to use this table, but maybe I'll size it down so it's not so extreme. Oh, it does cast a really bad shadow when you size it down though. This one. Or maybe we could bring in some of the wall color with the horse ranch coffee table. And try that out. This might be like too small of a area. Maybe if I throw in a couple of plants and stuff and decorate it that way, it won't feel as weird, I guess. But that's kind of the best layout that I can think of. So we can start decorating. I'd like a couple of different wall items. I really want anything with like seashells. I'm pretty sure we have some debug seashells from Island Living. But I feel like I'm never able to find them because I've done a mermaid build once before and I was trying to find seashells and when I typed it in, nothing came up. So I don't know if I'll have any luck this time. I kind of want to use this here because I like how found everything looks, and also this kind of looks like Johnny Depp who plays Jack Sparrow, so... Oh, and also something I thought of after I finished this bottom floor is that since I was basing this off of like Will Turner's Blacksmith shop, and if this is Will Turner's bedroom, I thought it was so fitting because this actually kind of looks like Elizabeth Swann. So really I'm just creating Pirates of the Caribbean lore here, which I mean would be fun to play out. Like you could totally make them as Sims and then treat this as like Port Royal or Tortuga or something, which would be fun. But that's not exactly what I had in mind, but you can switch whatever you want for your own gameplay. So maybe I'll just tuck in a few more pictures. Just like all the random objects here. I was maybe gonna use this picture. Oh, I think it'd be fun to have a lot of like ceramics as well if I am going to include the pottery studio. So I'm trying to think of where I would find those. We do have some of these jars from Jungle Adventure. So I think these could work because they also do look like very hand painted. So it looks like the mermaid could have made them, which is super cute. I think I'll probably use these in a lot of different places. And while I'm here, I'll probably try to pull out a couple of kitchen items for decorations. Oh, there's also this cluster. I don't want to make anything unfunctional in here, so I have to kind of be mindful about how I'm spacing things out in this room, and this one too. Oh, we can use these ones again from Jungle Adventure. Oh, maybe this one from City Living. All the island living ones, of course. Okay, I think that's it for that category. There might be some more under clutter, so I'll take a look in here too. Oh, I definitely have to put the seashell makeup holder. I don't know if I'll keep it in that spot, but... Oh, and these ones from Lovestruck will also work well. There's this one from For Rent. I'll do it with the pink. I think I might put some plants in some of these pots too. I'm just kind of taking them out as placeholders for now. I was gonna use this one somewhere. I think I should try to fit in a dresser before I forget. Oh, and a mirror actually. I could do the 2-in-1 combo with the horse ranch one, which might be the best for space saving. Oh, and it fits very perfectly right there, so we'll use this. I could use that same teal swatch, but I think maybe I should mix it up. I'll go with this darker swatch here. Maybe I can do it like this. Maybe I'll size this one down a little bit. I don't know if I have the space for these ones from Jungle Adventure. They kind of take up a lot of space. And I do still want to change the color palette of some of these. I think I'll leave it so that the corner piece is the one that we decorate, and then the one beside the sink can be left empty for prep and stuff. I also do want to put in a bunch more candles, so I think I should pull that out because I want to put some of them on the counters. All of these ones, and maybe these ones too, but maybe I'll stick with just the candlesticks for now. Pun not intended. And we can just kind of dot those around. And then I also think maybe a plant on this surface would be nice, so it doesn't feel so lifeless. Or maybe we could use like a droopy plant or something and then save the counter space for the objects. Okay, very cluttered, but that's what I was going for, so I think that looks very cute. And again, just gonna switch up some of the colors here. And then we have this droopy plant. Then there's also one that we got from Lovestruck that I should maybe try to find. I don't know what it's under. Maybe wall decorations. Yeah, wall decorations is exactly where it is. Maybe I will put that one over here. I also think I'll put these herbs from Realm of Magic in here as well. Even though I've probably exhausted my use of these, but same with this towel rack. I've been using this everywhere. Oh, but you know what might make more sense for the towel rack is we have these ones from base game, and they have like seashells basically. Like the thing that holds them up, the mount I guess, is it looks like a seashell. So I kind of want to use that. Could do it as a little hand towel, but also as a big towel. Oh, that looks like a very mermaidy swatch. Cute. And maybe something else for up here. Maybe I'll actually put the for rent pot up here. And you know what, why not a candlestick while we're at it? Okay, and now I think I want to put in more plants because I feel like that's going to make a huge difference in just the feel of this place. So let's put in some of those. I feel like I should put this droopy plant on the fridge. This is from the Sleek Bathroom Kit, and this is a droopy plant that actually sits on like a surface and not the wall. I kind of want to use this really tiny plant from Enchanted by Nature. Oh, I actually really like this as a centerpiece. So maybe I can put that in the middle. And then maybe I'll size this down because they're similar shapes. And then we can have like a little cluster here. And I want a big fern or something. I wonder if I could fit the for rent one in here. Or if it's going to be too large. I could put this over here. I think things should still be functional if that fern's there, so I will keep it. I think I need tall plants that don't have like take up a lot of room width-wise. So I need to try to find some of those. Maybe I should go back to good old faithful cottage living and we could use that one. Or even, actually I guess there's a couple other options we could use. Like we have this one from Lovestruck. I do really like this plant. And then we also have this one from For Rent. Cute. I feel like she would probably have some houseplants in here. That could be a cute addition. Oops. Maybe I should put a rug underneath the living room area as well. If I can find one that I like. Maybe this woven one from, what's it called? Eco Lifestyle could be nice. Also, I'm trying to be mindful of like the placement so that your Sims could go or enter into the bathroom via this way or this way. So hopefully that works. And I need some more plants over here. I kind of want to take like this kind of plant and then, you know, put it in the other pot. I could maybe do the same thing with this base game one. And I need more candlesticks around. If I delete this, is it too dark? Yes. I might dim it anyways. Just like a little bit, because I don't want it to feel so bright in here. Maybe the last step we will do is put a curtain on this window, just for a bit of extra texture and color. Maybe this for rent one would be really nice. Okay, that's cute for that area, so let's just polish off the little maker studio back here. There's not too much I can do here since it's already quite full with all the actual skill items, but I'm sure we can figure something out. I do at least want to change the swatches of some of this. I like this setup here because I like how it looks worn. Oh, and I guess I also have to put a chair here. So maybe I should switch up the placement, because if I put a chair here, I think it might block your Sims. So I'm going to try and put one here. I think I need one of the dining chairs or the desk chairs. Maybe here's where I could use that paranormal one. I keep talking about using it and then I never actually do. Yeah, we can use that. I might switch it to this color though. And I can't really clutter any of those surfaces, so it would probably just be some wall decor. I'm trying to find some shell related stuff, but I can't seem to find much. Oh, maybe I could use just some of this island living decor. I never really get the chance to use this, so maybe I'll just put it on the wall there and make a little gallery wall. I think that's nice. Switch up the colors a little bit. And then maybe just a sconce on the wall. A little working light there. I think I might dim it in here too. Is there... why is it... oh, it was this one here. Oh yeah, I also wanted to add this little mermaid's chest that has like all the coral on it and stuff. And oh yeah, there's some of this stuff I want to put too. I want to put the kava bowl in here. Maybe I'll put that instead of the mugs, because your Sims can make like the drink in there. And also I found this debug cookbook from Businesses and Hobbies, which I literally did not know existed until now, and I know I will be using this excessively because I use the one from, I think it's Home Chef Hustle, like all the time. But if you don't have Home Chef Hustle but you do have Businesses and Hobbies, then this is here. Or oh, it's not actually not even a debug item. It's under activities and skills and then in the miscellaneous category. So in case you were curious or needed a little bit of extra clutter, you can use this. I think that's so magical. I did not know this existed. Such a good find. Okay, I'm gonna put a little rug in here. Maybe one of these small woven ones could be cute. I might shrink down this cats and dogs one. I'll keep it in its default swatch, I think. And I think this picture feels like too fancy for this room. Alright, that's going to be it for the mermaid's apartment. Alright, so the next area that I work on is going to be this one here. This is going to be an apartment for just like a standard sort of sim. And then I want this to be their shop downstairs, and then they're also going to take care of the farmland. Now, I left enough space for there to be 2 rooms because I'm thinking it's going to be like the parent or parents, or I guess any kind of family dynamic you want, but basically I just want there to be like an older sim and then a younger sim, maybe like a kid or a teen or something. So I'm gonna try and find some cabinets. I think once again horse ranch is going to be my best bet, but I'm not sure in what swatch. I honestly like this one that I pulled out. I think maybe that could work, and I'm thinking of putting the kitchen here just because it has the most wall space, so I feel like it makes sense. But maybe to switch up the appliances and whatnot. Oh, I just realized this fridge is off the grid as well, and I kind of want to put it in the mermaid's area. But I think it's going to look too pretty, so we'll just keep it how we have it. But I'm going to use the base game fridge for this area, I think, just to mix it up because I've been using the cottage living one a lot. And then for the stove, I think we'll also go base game. I also kind of wonder about sectioning this off, because I feel like maybe it could be cute if things are more cramped in here. Maybe this area could be dining room, this one could be living room, and then just kind of like a hallway space, I guess. And I put these really big barn doors and then like an easel out here so they have some more activities. I think I actually will leave it open concept because otherwise I feel like it's going to be kind of hard to play with a like 2-tile room. But maybe to mix up some of this, we could look for some fun displays or something to maybe help break up how kind of bland that looks. I guess we could also put cabinets this time because I haven't really been doing overhead cabinets, but that's definitely something I could add. I'm just gonna kind of take out some stuff for the entranceway. Usually I do the entranceway first, which honestly maybe I should, but we'll stick to the kitchen for now, I guess. It's where I've started. Like I could bring in this hutch from Horse Ranch. And then, oh, I guess I'm missing a sink, huh? That's probably why it feels a little bit empty. I knew there's something missing. I think I'll use the matching one from Horse Ranch. It's not as built in as I would like, but that's okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna put overhead cabinets. But I need to switch some of them up so they don't look so repetitive. Like we'll pick the end cabinets here. Actually, maybe I can do it like this. Put that one there and then left end piece there. Or it actually slots a little bit better like this. Okay, that's cute. I guess I can put a range hood as well. Not sure if that's historically accurate, but that's okay. And then I think in terms of surfaces, we can clutter up maybe this one and leave this one empty. Also, I haven't put a trash can, I don't think, anywhere in these builds, which might pose to be an issue. I'll put like a little one in the mermaid's space right now, but I don't think I have like any big public trash cans, so let me put that like back here or something. Okay, Okay, that's the kitchen. Before I start cluttering, I'm just gonna bring out all the furniture items so I can get a sense of the space I'm working with before we start making it look extra pretty. I don't really know what kind of sofa would be like historically accurate, but maybe it's okay if not everything in here is completely accurate. But I feel like these two complement each other pretty nicely. This is a base game one and this is a jungle adventure one, so maybe we could pair those two together. Or what about this eco lifestyle one? It looks very hand built, and these kind of, to me, look like maybe old flour bags or like grain sacks or something. So maybe we could pretend that they kind of like built their own sofa. Maybe that could be cute, but is that the look that I'm going for? I also think to fill up the space, we should have a lot of stuff be kind of in the center of the room. Or there's this very worn one. This one would give us a little bit more color. Maybe I'll try it like this. I'm gonna rotate things a little bit. And we'll find some kind of rug. Again, I'd really like a worn one. I don't want to keep using the werewolves one, but I haven't used it on this side, so it's probably okay. This one, or actually maybe I'll do the whole collection from Laundry Day, if I can find swatches that I like. Let me just go with the more muted ones, but it is looking very gray in here. Maybe I should make the cabinets a color. I guess my options are the teal or the blue. Let's try the blue, I guess. Maybe the cabinets can be teal. Actually, I really don't particularly like that, so let me... I guess it's colorful rug or colorful cabinet. So we'll do the colorful rug. And I just don't know what sofas to use. Quite stumped on this. Well, if I wanted a larger sofa, we can use this jungle adventure one, and I think that'll work well. I'd like something with a similar-ish wood, because this one works pretty well actually. It's even got an orange pillow set up like this. And then we can find some kind of center coffee table. Maybe just the shipping crates could be cute. Or maybe this is where we could use the island living table. I kind of think I like the shipping crates more. I might switch up the coloring though. Well, actually it's kind of cute like that, so we can do that one. And then I want like a really big plant right here. This might be getting into decoration territory, but I think something like this would be really nice. And then here we would have the dining table. Also might give them a very small fireplace, just because I think it'd be cute in the with the placement of all the furniture. Even though once again I'm pretty sure a fireplace might be impractical here, but maybe they use it for like some of their cooking sometimes. So I was looking for a dining room table. I might try to go with like one of these longer tables just to give me some options I haven't really gotten to use yet. Ooh, I'm gonna use the island living table. And for chairs, maybe the ones from werewolves, but I have used those already, so perhaps I should branch out. Maybe I'll use these seasons ones. Let's try that. Okay, this is quite colorful now compared to the kitchen I have going on, but I don't know if I want the kitchen to be colored, but I might have to make it colored. Okay, we can try that. This is a really big entranceway. I feel like there needs to be some kind of activity in here, but I don't really know what I could add. I could maybe put a games table, or really I don't have many other options, so I can put a guitar somewhere in here. Maybe they could have a woodworking table up here just to kind of mix it up, but I think because I was gonna give them this little shed here, I guess there isn't a woodworking table in there. Okay, we can keep it in there then, and this can be kind of like another workspace. Or should I give them a piano or something? Maybe they could have this punching bag as well. Also, this workbench, in case you're wondering where this is from the rewards event that's on right now. I think by the time this video goes up, it will have been done, but it was kind of like that battle pass sort of thing that the Sims team has been doing recently. I actually have yet to finish it, so maybe I should try and do that today because you can get like a bunch of free items from it. But I always kind of forget to do that. Okay, I think a really big mirror in this hallway would be nice as well. I can use this one from Growing Together. I just feel like there needs to be something in the center. Everything's too far off to the walls, but maybe that makes sense for an entranceway because you want like easy flow in the room. I'm wondering if there should be like a little table in the center or something, like a little hallway table. Then I could put like a plant and some clutter on there maybe. Would this be any bigger? It would be a little bit bigger, so maybe I'll use these ones. Maybe I'll do the one with the tablecloth. Okay, and then also some plants I think will help a lot. Maybe I'll use the Love Struck one in here. And I need something else to complement it. Maybe just this small base game one could be cute. And then something for on top of here as well. Oh, maybe this little jar one, but I kind of want something with a bit more greenery. Oh, I haven't used my beloved for rent one yet. I could use that. Let's take a look at what sort of decorations we can put on here. If they are going to be like the gardeners and farmers, maybe I can put a couple nods to that on this table. Like if I could find the gardening glove stuff. Oh, you know what I should use instead of this is I should put some functional houseplants. Because I think that would make sense if they're going to be the gardeners. Then we can put some of this stuff too. Maybe this would be better suited on this little entrance thing here. Doesn't really fit very well. We can put this garden equipment here. And then there's also those island living gloves. I'm gonna try my best to lay this out correctly. Okay, and hopefully that plant is still functional. I don't see much else for what we could put on this little spot here. Oh, maybe we should put a topiary bush somewhere. I don't really have good space for it though. Okay, I want another plant for this corner. Or maybe a light or something. Maybe instead of the overhead light we have sconces and just like freestanding candles. Maybe even this candle item I've been using. Maybe I could put that on this side here. I'll put a couple over here as well. Maybe I could get boots or something as well for this entranceway. Maybe a pile of letters. I'm kind of limited on like the shoe options. Like none of these really look like pirate shoes. Maybe these if I put them to like a brown swatch. It's probably as good as I'm gonna get with the shoe options here. But I think that's pretty good for an entranceway. I mean, I did manage to include a couple of activities, so that's very good. And then for this kitchen, we can start finding some clutter. Oh, there's all like this pottery stuff that I didn't get to use over in like the Mermaid's area. So honestly, I might use some of it here because I feel like it looks like it could be like dishes and stuff. Maybe we could take one of these horse ranch pots and make it look like something actively cooking on the stove. Use some of these bottles too. And I like this warming plate. I do want to bring in more candles. Candlesticks and like the debug ones. Maybe a plant on the counter as well. I'm thinking the for rent one that I was going to use in the hallway but didn't. If I can find it. I see it? Okay, I guess I shall filter by pack then. Okay, now we shall arrange everything so it looks cute. Like this little basket of stuff. Honestly, I like the swatches of everything already, I think. Because I like that this one has like the little leafy greens in it. Oh, I will put a candle on this side though. I can put some jars here, some more of like these bottles. The warming plate, and a mix of candles. Super cute. I wonder if I put like a tile back here, but I don't think that's gonna be the vibe that I want. I can squeeze in a little bit of decoration onto the sink as well, like some soap. I feel like I need something else on the walls. Maybe I could take the herbs from laundry day. Or maybe I'll use some of these signs instead, because I feel like I've used all that herb clutter a whole bunch. I'm also going to use like this hat and like basket item from For Rent, because I think that's very cute. I want the arches instead. Alright, I like that very much. And now we will find some stuff for the kind of coffee table here. Feels very hard to decorate these like living room spaces when there's no like TV or electronics I add, because I'm like, what do I center it around? Which is why I put the fireplace, even if it is kind of unrealistic. I don't know what to use as centerpieces here. There's a sculpture of birds, so maybe that could work. Oh, I might put this like old winemaking gizmo over there. I could give them a pet frog. Oh, maybe I'll put a fruit bowl or something. Maybe a tea set as well. I also think maybe like a basket of blankets somewhere could be cute. Think of what else to put on this table. Maybe I just need to put a plant. That would probably fix a lot of my problems. And of course, some candles. I feel like you guys are going to be so sick of these items by the time I'm done this build. But I think they're so pretty. I don't know how I wouldn't use them. Okay, I think that'll do for like this center piece kind of situation, but I will change the colorings of some of these because the gold is just blending in too much. I kind of like this super colorful version. We can do it like that. I don't really know if there's anything specific I want to put on the dining room table, so I'll probably just do a plant as well. Maybe you could do more of the house plants. Okay, kind of already used that one though. I want to use this one, but in a different pot. Like this. And just because, I will also put some more candles. And I think maybe some other decoration over here. I feel like we could put some kind of hutch. Maybe I used that one that I was going to use from Horse Ranch, but opted not to and just went with the counters. Maybe a barrel or something as well. Oh, I kind of like this black blanket racket. Goodness, I was gonna say blacket, but that is not the correct word. Okay, I'm looking for the Horse Ranch cabinet, and I think I've gone a little bit too far down the menu. Yeah, this one here. Use that, and that way it takes up a little bit more of that wall space. And I might get the droopy plant from here. I'm not speaking well. I put it on this barrel. Just kind of have it draped over this side. So cute. I don't know if there's any sort of like wall decor I want to put in the center there. I'm kind of running out of like old looking photos or paintings to use. Maybe squeeze that one over there. Maybe I just put like a little mirror there. Cute. And the bathroom's all done, so let's do the parents' room now. Maybe I will use the Jungle Adventure bed and kind of match the sofa. Maybe they got them from the same carpenter or something. I want an option where the wood is all one color, but this like bedding is very vibrant, a little bit too vibrant. So maybe this isn't the perfect bed. Oh, I could use this cats and dogs one because I really like the quilting on it. Yeah, I'm gonna use this. I think maybe in the bedrooms I'll opt for just candlelight. So I'll put in some side tables. I'm just going to use these base game ones, I think. And I will want a rug as well. Kind of thinking the one from Lovestruck could work. This one. Quite the mix of patterns, but maybe if I change the color of it. And then I'll get the bigger candle item from Lovestruck, like this cluster here. We can use those on the side tables. And I will need more, of course, because it's very dark in here. Maybe I'll use these ones from, these used to be from City Living, but now they're actually base game. But this was an item I was obsessed with when I first got that pack. Maybe I can do sconces in here as well. I think in this corner we should put a dresser of some sort. Kind of like this really big one from Horse Ranch, kind of like an armoire more sort of. Don't know what's gonna fit in this space though. I definitely need more lighting over here. I don't know how I want to add it. I want like this fancy candlestick, but just a little less fancy for some of the rooms that I've been doing, but it shall work. And I definitely want some more decor on at least this side table because this one's kind of taken up already. I think a little clock would be really pretty. I always forget to add clocks in my builds, but I really do like this base game one. I could even squeeze a mirror in here as well. I wonder if that's too many mirrors though for this one build. I feel like mirrors would be very expensive back then. Even now they are not a cheap, I guess it's not a piece of furniture, but it's not a cheap item nowadays either, so. Okay, I do want another plant in this corner as well. Maybe I'll use this sleek bathroom one. I don't really think I'll put anything on this wall because I usually play half up, half down, and I don't like when things are just hanging on the walls in between the rooms, so that's usually why I leave some walls blank. But it would be really easy to just put a little picture on there if you guys wanted. Okay, I think that's really cute for just a cozy little like parents' room or like grandparents' room or something. So I'm going to keep it like this, and now we can do the kids' room, which will be interesting because I don't really know how I want to go about decorating this. Because I feel like I can't put in a lot of the kids' hobbies because they look very modern. Could maybe give them this draped bed though. Or maybe in this one we could use the single tile version of the bed I was looking at for the Mermaid. Ooh, or even just the horse ranch bed could work really well. Yeah, let's just do the horse ranch one. Maybe with the green swatch, because I feel like I'm using a lot of that. They can have a little end table. I might even just give them the little crate. They will have candles as well. Oops. I could maybe give them a little desk. Maybe there's some skill items that I could put on there. Also, the light coming in their room is so pretty. Kind of like just the default swatch on that. Let me give them a lantern. And a chair would probably be helpful to actually sit at the desk. I might use this base game one. I won't give them a computer or anything, but I could give them like a stack of books. I get this object here functions as a bookshelf. Or maybe I give them like an actual bookshelf. Because I feel like I have not been using many of those recently. Yeah, recently as in this build. This life and death one might be too pretty, but I would like to use that for downstairs. Ignore this little room, I'll explain that in a little bit. Maybe... I feel like this ladder situation would make the most sense. let me go to the kids' room and look at the kids' activities. Could give them a journal, the bracelet making kit as well. Maybe the jar of marbles. I wonder if any of these tables look old enough. Not really, but I mean, I think the closest one would maybe be this one from Snowy Escape, but I mean, alcohol-based markers, which I'm fairly certain is what those are supposed to be, of course did not exist in pirate times, but maybe it would be a good activity to have. But I'll just stick with the regular desk. Maybe they can have a little toy box in here. This one's from Growing Together, and I really like it because it comes with some more worn versions. I'm going to try to pick the variations that don't have stickers because, once again, I don't think that would be the case in pirate times. What kind of wall decor could we use? Oh, I could put the flower press as one of the skills on here, and then these could be what they've made. The flower press item is from Enchanted by Nature, and you can make like all these pretty pictures out of it. So I think I will include that. Ooh, a music box could be nice as well. That's probably good for activities. Let me find a plant for on this desk. Might actually put the Love Struck plant in this corner, and then we can find something for the desk. Okay, I'm just gonna lay out this stuff a little bit better. You'll probably, if you want this stuff to be functional, you'll probably have to like swap out what's in the center of the table at a time so that your Sims can use it. But I also think for things like the journal and stuff, they can pick that up and move it. I think it would be the same for the bracelet kit, but I'm actually not entirely sure. And we still have this weird gap on the end there, so maybe some more plants. Or maybe there's some kind of sculpture we could use. Or they could have a clock. This desk one just looks very fancy, but I might even shrink it down because it is kind of massive. I really like the look of this music box. That's quite pretty. Let me get a rug for them too. Oops, what about the vampires one? Don't think so. Guess I could use werewolves again. I use it in this white version. I feel like I don't really use this swatch too often. I don't really think they need a dresser since they could use the one in their parents' room, but maybe just for the looks of it, we should add one. I'll put a small one. Like maybe this one. That actually is not the smallest, but I do like it, so I'll keep it. then a plant up here. Just trying to find one that I haven't really used too much yet. Maybe this one. Gonna look at some of the sculpture items. Oh, maybe we could put like a little ship model. And maybe even this random chicken. Or is this a rooster? Okay, I think that's cute. It's very simple in here, I'd say, but I think that's kind of fitting for, I guess, this type of apartment, so I really like it. Alright, so we just finished the apartment in this upper portion here, and now we're going to come down to the bottom floor and do the buildings down here. Now, this room is full of items that I want to include in this room, but I just kind of wanted to have a clean slate to work with. This is going to be the kind of pawn shop, I guess. Someone suggested that I do some kind of like retail store with a whole bunch of different goods for sale that are definitely not stolen, wink wink. And yeah, and this is also going to be the area that hides like one of the most notorious pirates, so I'm gonna make them a little secret apartment back here that you have to enter via secret bookshelf door. Now, is it the most discreet and hidden? Not really, but we can just pretend that it would look a lot more discreet if we had the option, basically. But for this, we are going to use these display stands from Businesses and Hobbies so that you could make this an actual store if you wanted. And then we're just going to find like any and all kind of clutter items to put on top of it. But I want to have a little area designed for, I guess, kind of like cashing out. So maybe the desk is like at the front here so they can kind of see who's coming and going. And I also wanted to include the tattoo seat bench thing over here because I'm thinking if this is for like hiding a pirate, the person who runs this shop is probably friends with them or maybe a pirate themselves, and this could be where people get their pirate tattoos. So I thought that could be kind of fun. These are our display stand options. I think I'll probably go with these two because these ones look a bit more modern. I mean, even these three would be fine, but this shelf looks very like modern day, but I kind of like the height that it'll give us, so we might have to use it regardless. But I kind of wanted to like bring in a hutch or something and display things on there as well. This is kind of the whole kind of collection of objects that I have. I do want to put in a couple of bookshelves because I feel like maybe you could get some like illegally printed books or something in here, or books that have been banned, like maybe you can get them from this shop. If that's the case, maybe I will continue bookshelves along this way and we can just have that take up the whole wall. Something that's really nice with these ones from Life and Death is that you can have the same bookshelf with the same wood tone on the outside, but then there's an option to just change the swatch of the books. So that's super handy. Oh, I actually like this swatch even better. So we're gonna do that because I like how weathered those books look. So we'll do that. And then maybe that way we could pretend that it would in reality look more like this, and then this one would be the secret door. But since I want it to actually be functional, we're gonna have to go with this door here. And I also put it in this back area because I was thinking maybe if there's like customers out here shopping, that the pirate probably wouldn't want to just like open the secret door out in the open and go into their apartment, so this way there's like a second room for them to go through. And I was also considering adding this like archaeology table from Jungle Adventure because maybe this is how they kind of test if something's worth being sold here. But I don't know if you can only use this with like jungle ruins. I think it would probably only be functional with that, but if that's the case, maybe I should put the desk over here. This way they can like see everything that's happening. So Okay, we'll do that. And then this hutch might be too big. I was also thinking we could use this one from Paranormal. Maybe in like the green swatch could be really pretty. And I just really want it to feel like dusty in here and very cramped is mainly what I'm going for. Maybe I will tuck this shelf off into the corner like this. If we slide it into the wall, it definitely looks a bit better suited, so we can do that. I'm gonna try to get the layout of all the big items in here, and then we can go in and decorate everything. But I also wanted to include, like, in terms of what we're gonna sell, like these big plates from Jungle Adventure, like all this gold and stuff, because it definitely looks like it could have been stolen. I was also debating adding in a chess table here, but maybe I won't. Oh, and also off of this is like the little prison. I kind of decorated this already, and like the guards area. And since this is kind of like an illegal shop, I was trying to kind of separate the two as much as I could because there was no other way for me to put an entrance to the tower, so it had to be here. So this is what we're gonna roll with. I think maybe I'd like a different desk. I don't know if this one's maybe like too grand. I could use something like this. I was also gonna add in like these journals and tarot cards somewhere, so I had that as a reminder. I don't know what chair would work best for like the desk. Maybe just something simple like this base game one. I think if it's like this should still be functional, and then this is kind of like employees only back here, but they can still see whoever like walks in. Maybe we can even add like one of these sheet curtains from werewolves in case they like need to hide what's going on in here. Okay, I want a lot more of like this stuff in the center to make everything feel more kind of cramped in here. I'm gonna kind of try to arrange them in a organic-ish shape. We can also put more like against the walls. Like when they're kind of tucked in, it works best. So I'll continue on with that. Oh, I could maybe even make them darker. That kind of makes them look older and blends in with the space a little bit better. Also, this chair item that I'm using here is from the Basement Treasures kit, and I just like it to make the area look like a lot more cluttered, and I just want there to be like stacks of stuff everywhere. Something that would be really handy for this would be the Book Nook kit, but I do not have that. But with the Book Nook kit, you can basically, like, you have these objects that are stackable, similar to like the plates from Horse Ranch, where you can just kind of stack them up endlessly. Like if you see this, you can just keep stacking them, and basically the books from the Book Nook kit do that as well. And then you can have just stacks of books everywhere. There's definitely a way for me to do that without the Book Nook kit, but the question is, do I have the patience for that? And the answer is probably not. But we won't rule it out just yet. Whoa, I did not know there was like light up versions. Okay. I think maybe in terms of surfaces, this is okay. I still want it to be functional, of course, so I don't want to cram it up too much. I think similar to how we did it in the Mermaid's apartment, I might put in some like pockets of what I'm considering to be sand, even though it is actually sawdust, but we can pretend that it's sand. Because again, it's like the pirate going in and out of here all the time, so, well, maybe not all the time, just when they're on this island. This is kind of like their hideout. Maybe we can allude to that with a bit of sand under the door, even though this is very clearly a door and not a bookshelf. But I want to layer a whole bunch of rugs in here because I feel like that will help make it look kind of musty, I guess. Maybe this one too. Just kind of want to cover the whole floor, I think. Let's maybe size this one down a little bit. Okay. I wonder if there's a better way to do this desk setup. I wonder if it's still functional like that. There just needs to be something against this wall. Let's take a look at the displays, because maybe there's something in here. Maybe this is where the extra valuables are, like anything that's extra important. Could maybe put some of these filing cabinets from Life and Death. Ooh, or maybe just this really big cabinet from Life and Death. Just kind of hard with the window right there because I don't want to block that. But I think like this would be okay. I think I'll use the red burgundy swatch because I think that'll be really pretty. So I want a darker swatch on this one. Maybe the gray. Okay, I think that's cute in terms of all these surfaces. So now we just have to try and find things to put on said surfaces. I'm gonna go into sculptures. Maybe we could take out some of like the trophies and stuff. Maybe I'll put a knight right here. Hopefully that's still functional. I think it should be. We could do this. I'm gonna put like some really expensive stuff. We can maybe even just have like some gold back here. A lot of this will also probably go in the pirates room as well. Same with this boat. Typewriter. We could maybe even display this. Oh, I would like to put in this globe as well. I don't really know if I need the bookshelves in this room to be functional because you'll have these ones. So I'll just clutter up in front of them, I think. I want as much gold stuff as I can get in here. Maybe we sell some of the pottery that the mermaid makes down here as well. There's all of these gold relics from Jungle Adventure that we could put in here. I want the ones that look like the least goofy. Maybe like one of these. They do glow up though, which I don't know if I like or not. What else? There's a lot of like trophies and stuff. I don't think that's exactly what I want to put in here. Okay, let me look under, is it clutter? I don't remember where all that gold was, so let me actually just eyedrop it and then, okay, it's under miscellaneous. And then we can put these plates and stuff over here. This is the most expensive one. Maybe we'll display that one there as well. We also have all these like gold frogs that we can put. Oh, maybe I'll do 3 along the top like that. I'll try to rotate them. The only thing is you can't really like alt place items on this shelf because then they won't be marked as like a sellable good, I don't think. So the display might look a little less cluttered than I would usually go for. I like this trunk here. Maybe we can put that behind. I believe this is life and death. Maybe we'll just put these over here. Maybe we can tuck some plants into them. I like it in the red swatch. What are other things that you might buy from here? Oh, this urn is so pretty. Whoa. I'm definitely going to put that in here. Rotate it that way. I'm also wondering if I should like take some of these shelves and use them for these instead, but these are all wall items, so I don't think they would count as something you could sell. But I could maybe put some of the debug swords on here, but I don't think that they would cost anything because they are debug, so... Oh, maybe we could put some of these medals around though. Maybe if people have to like kind of fake their rank to, I don't know, get in somewhere. I think this is a shop that very much leans towards helping pirates. But I'm not sure how they would like, I guess, kind of disguise what's happening in here if like one of the guards came right through. So that is the only inconsistency in this that's kind of bugging me. Might put this in the pirate room. I'm gonna type in gold and see what comes up. Oh, we have a gold bowl of fruit. I might put this candlestick in here somewhere. Maybe like back here. I might even opt for like just this candle kind of lighting instead of the chandelier. But if that's the case, I'll probably do it after we decorate everything because I don't want to have it be too dark while I'm decorating. I'll just put like some stacks of gold there. Maybe we'll just put some more plates here too. Maybe even some more frogs. I'm gonna try and switch up some of these ones so it's not as repetitive. Okay, I like all the gold in here. That definitely feels like your Sims will be able to spend a lot of money here. Now I'm gonna try and stack some books here. And these items are actually like table surfaces, so it'll be semi-easy. I think this will help add to the dusty feel. Okay, maybe you can put some more books here. We can also display a bunch of things on the wall. They just won't necessarily be sellable, but that's probably okay. But I think the walls being covered as well will help make this build feel even more cramped. This could be their ledger, where they kind of track what comes in, what goes out. Maybe they can have a secondary book here as well. What else could we add? I do need some more stuff for in here, so I'll have to figure that out, but I'm gonna pause on those items and try and find more stuff for the walls. I think lots of paintings would be good. Like all of these big fancy ones can work. And I feel like anything that's not this desk and like these two items here, and I guess the tattoo thing is like for sale, so you could really just buy anything. Can put a giant picture of a ship there. Maybe we could do this stormy sea one. This one. Maybe even a picture of like this older looking photo, I guess. Maybe this guy kind of is giving Jack Sparrow again. It's like the one in the paranormal pack. I mean, these are from the ones I use upstairs. This is also paranormal, so it makes sense, but maybe I'll put that in the pirate room. Like that's a picture of the notorious pirate. I guess we could also put some art in here too. Maybe some of those as well. I feel like we need a picture for right there, but I don't really like. I want it to be this proportions or in like dimensions, but not necessarily the subject matter of jazz. So that might be a bit tricky to find. Oh, we could stack some of the werewolves ones. I'm gonna do it with the gold frame because I think that looks prettier and more expensive. Okay, I wonder if there's any wall decorations that I want to add as well. I feel like this is one of those rooms where you could just go on forever with all the stuff you could put in here, so I'm gonna have to cap it at some point, but I don't think I've reached that point yet. I'm also deciding that I'm gonna bring these ones to out here and I think delete or move some of the werewolves ones. A little bit more like that. Maybe we can put, maybe we'll make this one more nautical themed to kind of hint at like the pirates and like what this room is used for. I mean, I'm sure you could get other kinds of tattoos here, but I'd imagine if you're gonna get a pirate tattoo, it would be in this area. Maybe we could have some legendary swords up here too. Okay, let's get a couple of plants in these empty vases here, just so there's a little bit of greenery. I don't want too much because then it might feel too lively in here, and I really want it to feel like it's dusty. That's the best way. Dusty and musty is the best way I can describe what I want this room to be. Okay. I also didn't put anything in the display here, so maybe I should try to find something. Maybe I can put some of the trophies in here. And then I also need to find stuff for this shelf. Nothing's really wanting to snap to this. I'm not sure if things... Oh, I guess there's some stuff that wants to. But none of the stuff that I want to use here. Do this. Let's put a little bucket in this corner. Maybe they sell illegal alcohol back here as well. Like maybe this is like really potent stuff that is not supposed to be distributed to the public. I might put in some of like the apothecary stuff. Need this one too. All right, very cute. I think we need a couple more candles like dotted around so that I can get rid of this chandelier. I need the little ones as well. Put some on the desk here. This and maybe there as well. Actually, I might even switch around the placement like this. We need a whole bunch more over here. I mean, if I put them on these shelves here, they're going to be listed as something you could buy, but I think that's okay. I just hope your Sims wouldn't actually buy them. So I might size some up or raise some up that can't be bought. And that way we won't lose all the lighting in here. Oh, maybe I can rest some on the bookshelf here. Gonna have to fill in all the slots though so it doesn't snap. Again, maybe a very big fire hazard, but it definitely looks cute, so. Whoops. And we'll put another one of these just over here. Maybe by the back as well. I think that's probably good for lighting in this room. So let's touch up this tattoo area. I think I don't really want the overhead light in here either. So maybe we can put the candlestick instead. Kind of makes getting a tattoo in here even riskier because you can't really see anything. So proceed with caution. I'm gonna use this base game rug instead. I don't really know if there's anything else I could put in here because it's a very small room and I still want it to be functional, so I I might just add some candles onto this bottom portion, like these little ledges. I'm gonna add like these broken vase pieces here as well. I also feel like, is there some kind of ship in a bottle, or am I making that up? I feel like I might be making it up, but in my head I can picture an item where it's like a ship in a bottle. I do want to bring back that like miniature ship. Maybe this can go in here as well. Just giving more subtle hints that they help pirates. I kind of want this picture to be something like piratey instead. Maybe we can use... Well, I guess I used this one over here, but I could change it over here and then it can be more pirate themed in here. Alright, so this area here is going to be for the secret pirate, or like the notorious pirate. I'm thinking like Blackbeard equivalent kind of thing, and this is like their quarters when they're not on their boat. And so I want it to feel very fancy in here, despite the size. Like I'm gonna try and make it as kind of elegant and grand as possible. So this little area is going to be the kitchen, but I realized I forgot to put a door here, so maybe we can use the Discover University one that I've been trying to use this whole time. And for counters, I mean, probably Horse Ranch, but I wonder if there's some other option we could pick. Maybe these Jungle Adventure ones, just to switch it up. Or to feel really fancy, we could maybe do these For Rent ones, which have the nice like gold accents. So actually I think we'll do that. I like the color scheme of them too. Also, I'm not entirely sure what the storyline could be between the shop owner and the pirate here. Like, I don't know if they're willingly helping the pirate or if like their life is at stake or something. But I mean, I'm a sucker for a love story, so maybe the owner of the shop is in love with this pirate and they're kind of helping them out in this way. So maybe that could be the plot. But you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments, of course. I think I'm gonna have to move this window over a bit, but it's gonna kind of mess up the layout, so I'm just gonna adjust everything slightly. I really like the gold accents on this cabinetry. I think it makes it look super fancy, so that's very nice. For fridges, I think we'll do the base game one because again it has like that gold to it, but maybe we'll keep the black version instead of doing the brown, which I have been doing. You can also use the same sort of stove. And there is a sink in the bathroom, so we don't necessarily need one in here, but I guess I'll try to add one anyways. This one is listed as off the grid, so maybe we could try this. It's definitely very fancy. Maybe I'll put it beside the stove. Like that. And then we can decorate the corner cabinet. It's a very small space in here, so I can't do too much, but I think this will be just enough kind of decoration in here. I feel like we should decorate with a lot of gold. This might go in the dining room, or not the, well, I guess it might be dining room slash living room, but I was meaning to say living room. We could put an urn in here as well. Just anything that's kind of gold. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm not really sure there'd be plants in here because I'd imagine this pirate is probably on the ocean the majority of the time and doesn't really have time to maintain houseplants. But maybe the shopkeeper would do it for them. What else? Maybe I can put a little candle situation. That might be all we can do for the decorations because, like I said, there's not much space and I can't really put plants or anything if they're gonna be kind of away a lot. I might put curtains, even though these windows are kind of I don't know what the word is. It looks like they have those kind of window covers on it that makes it semi-transparent, so you can't fully see through, but you could see like the movement of a shadow or something. Like that's what it looks like, but we'll maybe add a curtain anyways. I like these vampire ones again. They feel very fancy and ornate, which is good. I like the option with the gold a bit more, but it feels a bit too bright, so I kind of want to keep the dark mood in here. So I think that's good for kitchen. The living room, very tiny, so we'll have to see what we can do with this space. I think just a love seat for the space that we have. Maybe the vampires one, that definitely looks fancy. Maybe I'll use the red in here. I also like this vampire sofa, but I think it's going to take up too much space. I feel like a big leather chair would work really nicely in here. Ooh, maybe this one. It kind of has the same sort of vibe. Oh, I really like this swatch. Maybe, I think there's a sofa that matches this chair actually, so maybe we can use that version instead. Something about this kind of mahogany wood just always feels very pirate to me. I don't know what it is, but I know it's working, so let me try and get a dining table just for a sense of space. I think maybe again we'll use this like mahogany color, and I want a fancy chair like these ones. This really makes me want to like build and decorate a pirate ship. I don't know if it's a little bit too matchy-matchy in here, and also the white might make it kind of bright, so I may need to adjust this, but if I put the dining table there, I wonder if that area is still functional. Maybe I could put it here, and that way it should be functional, and then do the sofa maybe like this. There's not much space for the chair unless we put it here. It's very cramped in here. I need this door to be on the other side, but it's too late for that now. Maybe we only have the sofa, or like the chair just goes all the way over there. Let's get a rug in here though, because I think that could maybe help. I feel like a life and death one would be really pretty in here. Maybe this one. What about the circle ones? Oh, this one's a lot better. I like the colors of that. Though I believe I've used this rug in this build already. Not in this building, like I used it over here, but I'm sure it's fine. You could do something like that. I don't know how to make the layout work here. I guess that's okay. I just don't know what I'll put here. Maybe a little desk. That could work. If I keep using life and death, I can keep using that mahogany color. But then I feel like I need it in the kitchen as well because now it feels like there's a little bit of a disconnect. So maybe I'll try to mix and match the mahogany with like this orangier wood. Maybe I'll use this vampire's chair. I think this should still be functional. But maybe I'll scooch it over just slightly. I don't actually love that chair, so let's switch that. This is from Get Famous, which maybe could work. It's kind of tacky looking, but I think in that swatch it's okay. I like the addition of like the metallic. I'll do a couple of different lights. Oops. Some books on here as well would be nice. I might put this slightly smaller bookshelf over here. Oh, but it has that built-in light, which I don't want. But I do want some kind of bookshelf. Oh, maybe we could use this Strangerville one. Okay, that's very nice. And then in this corner, I think we could squeeze in a plant. And maybe a lamp could go here or something. I'm gonna use this one that looks maybe a little bit more on the dead side, or at least more sparse, because this pirate is away a lot. Maybe I will take this portrait of them and put it here instead. Let's pretend that he's wearing a pirate hat and not a fedora. What if plot twist, Vlad is the pirate, and I just put a giant portrait of Vlad up here? I won't, but that would be kind of goofy. Oh, I literally used that picture right over there, so I can't use it there. Oh, we could use this one with the map. That works pretty well. I don't really have any activities to put on the desk here because I can't really put a computer or anything, so it's just going to be like whatever decorations I think are nice. Okay, I think that's cute for the desk setup. I want to get rid of the horse on this cask, so we'll pick this color. I still feel like we could have some more clutter in the middle here. Maybe we could have this little chessboard. I might size down these tomes, and these can also be on the desk. I feel like I need something on this wall here. Oh, maybe a mirror could be pretty. Use the life and death one. I really like all the metallic options or metallic swatches that come with life and death. I think they're all very pretty. Okay, I think that's good for the very small living room. We can move on to the bedroom now. Oh, I think I was gonna put the bear rug in the living room, but I guess it'll go in the bedroom now. So I want to put some gold here, and maybe we can also take some of these gold bars and put them, just dot them around. It's pretty dark if I get rid of the chandelier, but maybe if I put in the candlestick here instead. Oh, I think the gold would be better suited on the bookshelf probably. And I we could put a sconce here. That one. Okay. Yeah, I like it a lot better when the lighting's more dim, so we'll probably do the same thing in the bedroom. I want to put this towel rack somewhere in here. I also think I'm going to replace this with like the fancier toilet. And then we can put the fancy towel rack right here. Cute. Oh, I also wanted to give them this crow item that we got from Life and Death, because I was kind of thinking, we don't have parrots in the game, but I was thinking this could be the Sims equivalent of a parrot. And then this is what they kind of like take with them. And honestly, I think it's even more menacing if they have like a crow instead of a parrot. So I really like that idea as like their pet. I didn't put this ship anywhere. Maybe I will get rid of this stack and put the ship up here. It's a little small, but do the darker version. I also have just this pirate's wheel, but I don't think we need that in this room. I think that was more just to remind myself that I wanted this to be the pirate's room. In terms of beds, we could do something like very over the top, like the one from Get Famous. It's very extreme. Depends on if there's a swatch in here that I think is decent or not. If this didn't have the cheetah print bedding, I truthfully might use this one, but the cheetah print is too much. And then all the ones with gold, I don't love. Like if this was maybe like a red or a brown with the gold. So I don't think one of those. We could do this very fancy one. There's the vampires one. But I worry this room's gonna feel too similar to the one I did in like the hotel area, especially with the bear rug underneath, so I kind of want to have some variety. Maybe we could use this one from Life and Death, which I have used once already, but I don't think I used it in this red swatch. Oh, or I could even get this swatch to have it kind of match. But the white is very bright, so I was gonna see if I use just candle lighting if it's better. Which it actually does seem to be, so. But maybe I prefer the red even more. There's not really a, oh, there is a black swatch. That's literally the default swatch, I just overlooked it. Maybe we could do that with maybe the more reddish bear rug. Or I do put the bear rug in here, make it black, and then I put the other rug in here. I'm not sure if I'm sold on this bed. Oh, there is a full black swatch. Can't really decide. Let me look at this base game one. Oh, actually this could work a lot better. This has kind of like those gold brown tones that I've been using. Okay, yeah, I think I'll go with this. I'll use just this brown rug instead. I don't know the best way for layout. I guess this probably gives us the most space, so we can do it like this, and then we can put like the chest in the corner there. Actually, maybe the chest goes over here by the bed. And then we can put a dresser here. I'm gonna get rid of this flag. It was mainly a marker, but I thought I might keep it just as like the like pirate flag, I guess, but it looks a little too goofy. I think like it looks very cartoony, so I think I'll opt not to use it. I want to use this vampire's wardrobe, and I also want to include the suitcase, because if you think about it, this pirate would be going to and fro a lot, so it makes sense for them to have stuff just kind of ready to go. So I'm gonna try and bring in a couple more of like the red accents. Oh, maybe I use these curtains instead. I'm going to try and get rid of the overhead light in the kitchen, because I don't think I want the kitchen to be the brightest room in the house, so got to keep it all with this sort of moody lighting. If the armoire is there, or like the wardrobe, I feel like the really big mirror would be pretty in this room as well, but kind of low on space. So we can maybe do it like this. I might even take some more of these candles and just kind of put them around on the floor. And maybe a picture or something could be nice there. Something with a gold frame. Ooh, or maybe the tapestry even. Like that. This wall's kind of blank, but again, if you're playing in like half up, half down, I don't really like to have things on the wall. So maybe that could be good for this room. Actually, let's put a clock and then we can kind of call it a day for here. That is way too big. Maybe I could size it down though. What about this one? Some really pretty options. The clock feels kind of lonely there now. Maybe I just put it... Maybe I'll put the clock here instead of the mirror. And then we will leave this empty. So I think that's it for the pirate's room. So let's go ahead and move on to the tour. Alright everyone, about 15 hours later we have finally finished the build, and so now it's time to do the tour. I highly recommend like getting another snack or a drink or something. This tour might be fairly long, but we're going to start on the left side here with the fisher's hut. So we're going to come on into their apartment. It's very small, but I really like how I decorated it. I think it feels very messy. I'm still very proud of like this whole fillet setup that I made. And then there's the kitchen, and then I'll also show you some of the bathrooms. They all look relatively the same, so I might not show you every single one because this is basically all it is. But that's the fisher's hut there, and then we can come on inside the hotel area here. So you walk in and this is what it looks like. I really love how like moody and dark and honestly like cozy it is in here. We have our little bar set up. I also added this chalkboard from Cottage Living, which I can't remember if I showed in the video or not. Before we move out to the courtyard, I'll go into the kitchen and show you in here. Again, I really like how this came out. I really like the top bit here, and I love the little flour bag explosion that I did, and all the barrels and the crates. And then we can also go this way and show you the bathroom. This is a very long bathroom. There's not really too much happening, but I like that you can kind of like get a peek of the outside through here. And then we come back out and go down the hallway and into the courtyard here. I think this is also a very cute spot. I need to come up with some more adjectives for this tour. But I really like the little paper lanterns we added, and just that each table has like their little kind of jug to pour whatever beverage they're drinking. Then we have the dance floor. And then we can make our way upstairs to the top balcony portion / walkway. The views from here are so stunning. I think I will take us in through this door here. And we come into the hallway. Very narrow. We have this little decoration set up. We'll start on the left here. And we have this more like brown and green color schemed room. It has no windows, but I still think it's very cozy. I like all the little trinkets around. I like that there's still personality in each of these rooms too. And then we'll move off to the right. You walk in and this is what it looks like. I really like it. I also like the addition of this divider to make like the room feel a bit more private. We have the little rocking chair. And also the secret chest back here. Super cute. And then now we'll go to the final room where like the owner kind of lives. I love it in here. I think the open windows are so gorgeous. And I love the big mirror and all the candles. I also really like the matching furniture set that I got to use. And then we have their little balcony. Again, the views are just breathtaking. I wish I lived here in real life. Oh my gosh. And then there's also the balcony off to this side where we can go across to the mermaid's room, but I'll take us to the governor's house first. But I did add some laundry here if you guys wanted to do laundry with your Sims. But we can wrap all the way around and then come down the stairs. And we can take a look at the church first. We have the graveyard here. We have this rabbit hole, which I think takes you to a part of the world in Ravenwood, which is the world we got from Life and Death. And then we'll go into the actual church itself. I really like the entrance. I love how worn this door looks and all the candles. And then if you're getting married, you can do it here. Or if you're having a funeral, you can do it here. I like the addition of the organ. And just how tall the ceilings are. I think that looks so cool. And then we can come down and go into the governor's house. There is still that little hot springs there if you want. Go through the door. It's very fancy in here. I like the addition of the portrait that like might be the Sim who lives here. The little desk area. Then we can go into the kitchen. Very small, but I really like it. And it should all be functional. And then we'll go up the stairs to their bedroom. Realizing I forgot to paint a wall there. I will fix that. And then here's the bedroom. Again, the views. Oh my goodness. That's so pretty. I'm just imagining all the ocean breeze coming from these rooms and I feel quite jealous. Here's their bathroom. Again, nothing crazy. And then we will go back downstairs. And we'll go back this way and make our way to the blacksmith shop. So here's the outside. And then we can go inside. I really like how it came out in here. I think I did a pretty good job at getting creative with what I could add to kind of make it feel more like an actual blacksmith with the limited items that we have. I also love our little goat friend. Let me know in the comments if you've made it this far what we should name the goat, because I feel like it deserves a name. I also really like how these windows look for this building because I like that there's a little latch so you could open them if you wanted. And then we come on in through the back and we enter the nectar making area. Just another fun little skill item and something that feels fitting for, you know, a pirate port. And then, yeah, just all the barrels. And then we come through to the blacksmith's apartment with like images of the love of their life. And then we can take a peek at their bathroom quickly as well. It's very small in here. It's just the tub and the toilet because the sink is out here. I think their kitchen is really sweet. Very charming. And then we will go back outside. And we'll go to this bottom floor here, and then we'll work our way up. So you come in, and this is kind of what you're greeted with. We have this small walkway. This is kind of like the bench where I imagine people who have to get kind of checked for prison or like the jail cell would go. But then you come through into the actual like tower. We have keys for the jail there, swords and weapons, and then you can go all the way up the tower. This is the little prison cell. I tried to add these like as though they're like chains that you could like use to keep the prisoner there, I guess, so they can't escape. But the light coming in at this hour is so pretty. But we will quickly go up. Very quickly, apparently. Whoa. And we can take a look at the tower here. Again, stunning views. And we'll just go back down. And go through here. This door is there, it's just kind of glitching right now. And then we can go back towards the maybe not so legal business that's here. We have like the signage and everything. But you come in and this is what it looks like. I love how this room came out. I am so happy with it. I think I very much achieved the like musty, dusty feel. And I love that everything is covered like floor to ceilings, and that it can be an actual business where your Sims can buy stuff, so that's super fun. And then you come into the tattoo area for pirates. Very cute. And then you go into the secret little apartment for one of the most notorious pirates. I like the little desk setup. I love the crow area. I mean, you guys kind of already saw the bathroom, but I'll show it to you anyways. And then we can check out the bedroom. I really like the color scheme. It feels very regal almost, and like expensive, so that's nice. And then we've got the little dining setup, and then we have the very small kitchen, but very charming kitchen. And then we can go back out. And we'll go around and up so you guys can see the other apartments. But first I'll show you this little farming area. We have like actual plots for your Sims to use. Then there's like an area for the horses with all the stuff they need. And then I didn't show you the decoration of this, but this is what I did for the little shed. There's three skill items in here. You can plant things, you can do apothecary work, or you can do flower arranging. So this is a actual like useful kind of building. And I'd imagine this is for the family upstairs in this apartment. So this is the outside of their apartment. And then you come in and you have their little entryway. I like that I managed to squeeze in some skill items in here as well, so it's not completely unfunctional. Then you have like the kitchen and their living room. I really like how the kitchen came out. There's a lot of cute clutter items in here. And then you have their balcony where they can paint. Again, stunning views. And there's also a swing set down there in case like the kid wants to have an activity. Then there's the bathroom off to the side here. Then the parents' bedroom is in here. And then just next door is the kids' bedroom, which I think is super cute. It's kind of hard to decorate a kid's bedroom in like a pirate style or like a very old-timey style because I feel like we don't have many kids' items built for that, but I think I managed to do all right. Then we can come back down. I really like this little tunnel walkway. I think that looks very lovely. And then we have the little, I guess, town center here. And that is the whole entire build. Alright everyone, so that is going to be it for today's long play. I'm so happy with how this build came out in the end. It took a very long time, definitely a labor of love, but I think it was definitely worth it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other comments or things you want to see me build, make sure you leave it down below. Also, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe just for a little bit of extra support because I think I lost part of my soul doing this build. Hopefully, I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.